This is my post-fight reaction of the Song Yadong Corey Sanhangen fight. It's going to be a very unpopular opinion, MMA opinion, I guess, because I like Corey Sanhangen a lot, but this is a stance I've had for a very long time in MMA on cuts and his fighting style. Now, generally, I don't have this stance on Corey Sanhangen, but he was fighting a bull last night. But I'm going to talk about the cut and doctor stoppage, which in my opinion should have gone to the judges. The doctor stops it, not the fighter stopped it. It should go to the judges. That's just how I see it. In my opinion, it should have been a split majority draw. They had it 2-2, two of the judges, so it would have been a more majority draw. To me, Corey Sanhangen is becoming everything about mixed martial arts that I really don't like. It's stalling and points fighting. Every time he felt uncomfortable, he shot for a takedown that he did not intend to get. And he only got one until once Song got tired. Now, I'm a big fan of both. I picked Song Yadong to win. And I actually think Corey Sanhangen was going to win if that fight goes into the 5th round, because Song got tired, mainly from over-exaggerating all his movements, throwing bombs, sprawling on takedowns. He essentially got himself tired. Now, the way I view the cut, right, it's a little dink. Say it happens in the 2nd round. Right? I think it happened in the 2nd round. He dinks him. Say he just decides to stop because of the cut. Is this the MMA that we want to watch? Are you happy that that fight ended just like that? Say it ended just right there with the elbow, and he's like, oh man, I'm going to have surgery. This could fold over my eye. Or the doctor stopped it. We wouldn't be upset about it, right? But is that what you really want to see as an MMA product? You want to see who wins the fight by submission or by knockout, not by a technicality. And pride rules are an old school rules when the sport was still fairly new. I'm 40 years old, may not look it, but it was frowned upon so the way I viewed Sanhangen fighting is he ran around the octagon and he got battered at every exchange. And the strikes will show you that Sanhangen outstruck, or was fairly even, but outstruck Yadong, but they aren't. They're like what Mayweather does. He catches people on the half bit, or like right when they get ready to enter the striking space, he stalls with pity pat strikes. Freezes you. It's like freezing you, and then he gets to reset, and he runs, throws a big strike, looks for a knockout, or he looks to cut you. He's not looking to really engage with you, which is strange to me because he's got one hell of a chin and his poker face. People gave Sanhangen 3-1 last night are giving his poker face more respect than it deserves, because he literally got battered and knocked around at every exchange that they had. Like, he took it well. He's off balance. He's off balance because he's getting hammered by powerful shots. Now Yadong could have easily won that fight, in my opinion, if he managed his energy management better, because he just was exploding on every sprawl. I don't think he needed to be exerting that much energy. He did not look as comfortable as Sanhangen does in those moments. His veteranship pulled out through that in that moment. But to me, under pride rules and damage rules, you could argue that Song Yadong won 3-1. And if you want to judge the round with the cut, other than the cut, Song Yadong won that round. Like, it's just one little dink. Like, if you're looking to win the fight by a doctor stoppage and not win it, aren't you really looking for a way out? Aren't you stalling? Like, looking to win a fight by doctor's cut is not a righteous way to win a fight, in my opinion. Now, did he win the fight? Yes. Did I think he was going to win the 5th round? Yes. But every time Yadong would get close, he'd shoot for a takedown that he wasn't even expecting to get, and then he would pull away, circle, and then he frees him with some more punches. My friend's like, he just landed a 5-punch combo. And right after he did that, Yadong's like, was that supposed to hurt me? Like, and the elbow that ate him is just glance, bam, and boom, it cuts open. Like, you know, I hated stalling. The Diaz brothers have talked about stalling for the longest time. See, most of the time it happens with wrestlers. But this is the new age the striking stalling version is Corey Sanhangen. And while he's fun to watch, sure, but do you really want to watch a guy skate around the octagon looking and searching for a finish that he might not get? And then him win off points matches when he didn't even hurt the other guy. Yadong's going to be way more hurt today from sprawling and throwing bombs than he's going to be from Corey Sanhangen. And the side of Corey Sanhagen's head's going to be hurt. Sure, he had his guard up sometimes, but even at the beginning in the first round when he's blocking a lot of those, I'm like, damn, Yadong's power is going right through his guard. And yeah, just because you're blocking them and you got a great poker face doesn't mean you're winning the exchanges. So, and one thing that bothered me last night on this topic of stalling, James Krause yelling, optics, optics, optics. You know what? As an MMA fan and a viewer, I don't give a fuck about the optics. Like, I don't want to ever hear that in my life. Like, stall, stall, stall. That's what I hear when optics. Make the fans look like you're fighting. Like, make it look like you're winning. I don't want to ever hear this again. Like, I want to see a fight. I don't want to see people making the refs or judges make it look like they're winning to him optics. I understand that he's a coach in the corner and that's exactly what he's got to do. But it doesn't sound right to me as the consumer. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just fickle. I overthink things. I'm a psychoanalyst. But yeah, I had it going 2-2 end of the round. And for me, as a Pride fan, mixed martial arts fan, as somebody who thinks they need to restructure the points, scores, and how it runs, yeah, you could argue that Song Yadong won 3 rounds to 1. But no, I had it 2-2. But yeah, this points fighting, like, my friend, like, thinks Dominic Cruz is a better fighter than Vera. He said that I just don't like the guys that lose the whole fight and then pull it out at the end. Like, well, they're not the better fighter if they got knocked out and like dropped every time they actually exchanged and stood in front of people. See, Dominic Cruz throws punches on half steps and beads and on his tippy toes and doesn't follow through or sit on them, and when he does, he gets dropped, like people like Cody Garbrandt and etc. He can't stand in front of people. That's why he fights like that. Which I was a big hater of Dominic Cruz back in the day. I thought his fighting style I was the first hater of Dominic Cruz. I thought his fighting style was boring. Like, that I just don't like people that have no intentions on winning the fight by submission or knockout, and they want to win it by going to the judges. And you know what's even worse to me is wanting to win it by doctor's fucking stoppage. So it's a technicality, and it should go to a decision at this moment, at that moment in the fight. So tell me what you guys think. This is my unfiltered opinion. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.